Hi Aquarius, how are you? I'm Chris. Welcome to your November reading. Spent a lot of time trying to fuss with I was gonna say I spent a lot of time here trying to fuss with the lighting, getting it right, and I literally just went like this and the whole screen brightened. Magic. Scorpio season, huh? Guys, Venus retrograde has been wild. The end of this year has been wild. October, the last few months, let's be real, have been wild. Mars has been in your sign for quite some time. And now in this month, it's going to be moving into Pisces. And my feeling for Aquarius coming into this month is that there's like this seriousness. Not that you guys like be playing all the time, like playing games with your life, but like the seriousness of your happiness, the seriousness of your bigger dreams and goals. I feel like now there's like this fuel to act. There might have been some anger. There might have been some frustrations. There might have been Nine of Wands, guardedness, right? Feeling knocked around a little bit. Feeling a little frustrated. Feeling like maybe things haven't been going exactly right. So it doesn't distract you. I painted my nails black. It's distracting me for Halloween, and I left them because they look fucking cool. But Aquarius, coming into the month, just feeling like you've been fighting. Feeling like struggle. Feeling like, it's almost as if there's this guardedness to like your emotions, this guardedness to your goals. Wanting to keep things close, wanting to keep things almost secret. Not trusting in a way maybe other people. If not in necessarily a duplicitous way, not trusting in terms of like that whole, if I'm going to do something right, I got to do it myself. Carrying so much burden. And you are the water bearer. You are the one who brings sustenance, who brings nourishment to everybody, right? The visionary. Now, I was saying when I started this video off, I think that there's a sense of needing to like accept things not quite being perfect, right? A sense of compromising perfection for progress right now. Because Aquarius, I think progress, how perfect. I think progress is the name of the game for you for the rest of the month, right? October is a bridge month. It's the last of the harvest festivals, right? It's going to the end of the year. Now we're in the time of the year where it's not time to harvest. It's not time to collect our resources. We've done that. We've gathered all that. Now we see what the work we've done, what meaning it has, what meaning we give it. Blank slate here with the Fool, right? An opportunity to really take like all the shit you've been through and give it new life in a new way, right? In a transformative way. This is why I wanted to do Aquarius, because I've been doing the signs by elements, and I did the water signs yesterday, and it's just, they're a lot. But they're transforming. And I wanted to do the fire signs today, but there was just like this feeling of anger, and I was like, no, I need to go with my air signs, because there's a lightness. There's this like bravado about life, this bravado about your happiness, this fuel. Like it's almost as if like the shit you've been through is fueling you to just let it all go, right? To just move forward. To stop dawdling. What I said about there being a seriousness to Aquarius, it's not being stern and dry and those kinds of things. It's about finally saying, that you're willing to let go of your ideas about how everything's supposed to have been. About maybe the meaning that you've given the shitty things that have happened to you. And kind of saying, I know, that doesn't define me. I have more worth than that. I have more worth than that job made me feel I did. I have more worth than this relationship or my circumstances, right? Hermit, pulling within, right? Taking your energy and just sucking it back into yourself. Now, this is the ironic part of Aquarius, because you guys are the ones who, like I said with the water bearer, you give. Humanitarianism, ideas, thoughts, vision, right? But with the Hermit, there's a sense of like being without for yourself. I think the trick right now, Aquarius, coming into November, is to sort of see, even when you've been giving to others, even when you've been giving to other things, the way that you're sort of giving, you have been giving to yourself in the meantime. What do I mean by that? What are your takeaways from what you've been through, right? Is it that this person, for instance, that you gave too much to played you? That this job took you for granted? Or did you come out of it with some valuable skills? Did you come out of it with some clarity? Right? The Hermit is someone who's kind of like been through it, but he comes out wiser, more experienced, more in touch with himself, with who he is, with what he's about. That's why he goes into nature, right? To get the quiet. To think and be unaffected by other people's energies. And now is your time to shine, Aquarius, with this full moon card coming out. You see how there's like an illumination. There's this brightness. You see the way it's almost like the light that he's bringing back to the world is now like shining for everybody to see. So if you give to others this month, Aquarius, which I think is one of your natural tendencies, right? To give of yourself. It's not a bad time to think about what you're getting out of it. It's not a bad time to see the way that you're changing because of what you're going through. Death. In Scorpio season, right? November is going to be a time of transformation. When you come out of November into December, when you start the new year off, you're going to be starting on a whole new playing field. Your life is going to be on a different level. The things you've been working for are going to be materializing. You might already be starting to feel it, right? The things you've been watering maybe aren't ready to eat or to gather, but you see they're starting to grow. They're starting to sprout little buds, right? Even this time of year, like, this is your genius, right? You're making things grow and nurture in a time of darkness and a time of being without, right? I think some of you have been really struggling, but in a sense of like learning how to thrive ultimately. With Mars moving out of your sign, it takes a little bit of like a heaviness off of you. This combativeness like gets thrown aside. This thing that's like agitating you, maybe making you real angry, making you real frustrated. Have you felt that way, Aquarius? Not acknowledged for your gifts and your talents? But with death, it is asking us to kind of see the light side of what we've been through, right? He's scary, but he has this kind of grin. He's walking through this field of corpses, like swiping that scythe like ain't nobody's business. Almost there's like a jolliness to it. I think, Aquarius, you gotta also cut some shit out. And what it is, I think, is the old identity. Your old way of being. Your old sense of yourself. Your old sense of the things that you wanted. Like, Aquarius almost feels like you have to adapt to the fact that life is not what it used to be for you. The things you want have changed. The way you're gonna go about them is changed. Clinging to the past, Six of Swords in reverse, right? An unwillingness for some reason to let go of what has been. An almost maybe a sentimental attachment. Maybe something that you thought was going to pay off and you kind of realizing it's not, or not paying off in the way you wanted it to. But you're still like the ego is clinging. Meanwhile, the universe is asking you to release all that. Because in releasing that, Aquarius, I think you're releasing also a lot of your pain and a lot of your suffering. I think maybe in this Venus retrograde, through the summer of eclipses, a lot of your baggage has come up to the surface. A lot of things that have pushed you to sort of just want to get away from it all. That makes you just crave in this really innocent, almost childlike way, like a fresh start. A new beginning of the way you think about yourself. So what is it that's holding you back, Aquarius? What is it that's keeping you tied down to your old way of being? What is it that's making you so afraid to just try something different? Shit. I just dropped like the whole deck. It's like that question was, it's like the cards were not happy with it, and the card that I had is now lost in this bunch of cards that came out. I'll leave the Two of Pentacles there. You know why? Because what came out here, Six of Pentacles. What's keeping you tied down? Sense of obligation to people, to your family, to this person that you're with, to a job. And it's like in all your good intentions, let's say you are so well intended in what you're doing by continuing to give and give and give to this part of your life. But what you need to ask right now is it creating harmony for you? Is it creating a stability, a foundation for you to grow from? Because my sense here, again, 2 6s right next to each other, right? So this is very connected. This energy of not being willing to let go of what how things have been is very connected to the energy that you're giving and taking from other people. The thing that you keep feeding that almost like needs to die. The thing that is taking your energy and maybe like makes you feel good, but ultimately like leaves you feeling without. Leaves you feeling a little stationary, right? A little stagnant. So how do we let go of this, Aquarius? I think a big lesson for all the signs, especially since we are in Venus retrograde and it's just now in Libra. Venus retrograde in Libra is bringing a laser focus on the relationships that sustain us or don't. And for a lot of the signs so far, weeding out the people around you who are no good for you anymore was a big theme this month. I think you need to come home to yourself. I think you need to find comfort and stability almost like wherever you go and whatever it is that you're doing, right? Look at these cards here of wandering with very little except your wits, your intuition, your intelligence, your wisdom, right? An Aquarius who is here in this Queen of Pentacles energy, who is secure in themselves, who's secure in what they want, doesn't like, there's a sense here of like just not doubting what like you kind of know is good for you, right? I feel like in some way you guys might be reluctant to admit certain things that you don't want to admit, right? Admit that certain parts of your life aren't fulfilling you. Aren't building you into the person you want to be, aren't like conducive or clicking with your greater vision of your life. Now there's a big emphasis again here on the home life. So it could be right now, guys, that the home life might be taxing to you in some ways. Either feeling like a lack of warmth or a lack of security and safety, or I almost feel like alternatively too much of that, right? Where you're maybe not even growing because you're so stuck, you're so dependent on, in a way, on a spouse, your family, right? A friend that you live with, right? Maybe being in certain ways a little needy, which is not quite your style. But if you are feeling needy, you're not giving that any attention, then it's just going to put you in this place of being angry and feeling insecure and feeling sad. And I think with the Queen of Pentacles, it is about thinking about your future and what you're building. Psst, psst. Sorry, my cat is like trying to... Do you guys have cats? They're like some of the most annoying things in the world. Like, just because the door is closed, she wants to get out of the room now. She was laying in a ball on the floor over there until the moment I closed the door, and now she's just desperate to get out. She can't wait. But Aquarius, big emphasis on your home life, big emphasis on long-term stability, right? As much as there's this letting go of how things have been, almost letting go of stability in certain ways. It's sort of letting go, but just for the sake of building something new. For the sake of moving forward. For the sake of building something that is true to who you are now. Eight of Wands. Like, you're ready to make things happen. This is the time to act, Aquarius. The next 2 months after this harvest season is over, it's like everyone is building. Everyone is doing bigger things. I'm sorry, 1 second. Sorry about that. Guarantee you, 3 minutes she's gonna be clawing on the other side of the door to get back in. I just couldn't focus. I'm sorry, guys. 8 of Wands. Rapid movement. Rapid change. It's time to stop dawdling, Aquarius. It's time to stop not acting on things that you've known for a long time was time to act on. For some of you, this could represent a physical move of location. But it's also about speaking your power, right? Using your voice, figuratively even, or maybe literally, right? Literally or figuratively, speaking things into being, right? It's almost like this is a version of the Magician card where it's ready to like put your energy and put your will out into the world. There's almost been enough time of marinating, Aquarius. There's been enough thinking. There's been enough contemplation. There's been enough hesitation. there's like almost no more lessons for you to learn in the place where you're in. And I knew this was going to come out in your reading. I just felt it. Ending this with the star. Time to level up much? Time to make your dreams come true? Time to start using all your genius and all your gifts and all your talents and like bring it into nourishing your life, nourishing your dreams, nourishing your hopes and goals? Goals is what I want to say here in a big way. The things that you've been planning, the things you've been aspiring to. There's almost no reason now to not act on them. Bottom of the deck, the Knight of Cups. What a power combo for making your dreams come true. What a power combo for being motivated and inspired and creative. Underneath it all, like that creative expression is there, right? The desire to put out your thoughts and your feelings and all these things into the world in a real way. Let's pull a couple outcome cards and then we'll switch to the rune cards. But overall, Aquarius, funny how, right? I started off the reading with the Nine of Wands and then it got lost in this big shuffle of cards. See if it's on the floor. And then now in its place is a Two of Pentacles. So we went from this place of almost feeling on guard and beaten down to finding stability, finding partnership, finding someone to share your burdens with, share your load with. A lot of change here, a lot of release. It's like you've been incubating. And now you're like ready to break out of your shell, your eggshell. Eight of Swords. So a surefire sign that all the limitations you think you have, all the things blocking you from what you want are in your head. Now, again, I'm going to reiterate, your connections are super important. There might be connections in your life that are limiting. Whether it's literal love or whether it's just something else that you're, a romantic love, right? Or something else that you're attached to that has become part of your identity, right? With the Lovers, it's the Gemini card and this duality as identity. Some element of yourself is now limiting yourself. It's almost time with the Lovers to like detach from that and like wander off on your own and then like find the place where you really belong. And then wrapping it up with the Ace of Cups, we finish off in a place of love, in a place of contentment. I was waiting for all of this. I was like, where's love? When are we going to talk about love? Should I just pull cards for love? And then we end off here. So some of you might be like, I feel like this could be like almost a marriage or like a commitment in a relationship that you're already in or someone you're interested in. Like if there's an existing bond with the person, this being taken much more seriously. But what I see here also is contentment, is happiness. A happiness that maybe you didn't, almost didn't even know you wanted or needed. And then as you let go of the old way of being, as you sort of switch up the story you're telling yourself about the things that have happened to you and the things you've been through, and start to see the truth of them, start to see the reality and not this like in your head limitation, limiting fear that's keeping you back, right? And as soon as you demand like balance and recognize when you've given enough to other people and are ready to start caring for yourself, being the queen of your own domain, of your own heart and your own home, start moving towards your ideals and your dreams and your goals and your aspirations, like taking them so seriously, like it's life or death at stake here. Harmony, happiness, fulfillment, contentment, security, like within your heart. That's what I meant when I started off saying, like, be at home wherever you are. Be at home in yourself. Stop, like, letting circumstances dictate how you feel. Bottom of the deck again, Page of Swords. Really ready to strike out. Really, right into that, the Knight of Swords, right? Really ready to fucking go for it. This is rapid. This is almost like you're trying and then like you succeed so fast and now you're just moving. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up with one rune card here. Solas. This is the rune of the sun. This is the rune of nurturing. This is the rune of truth. This is the rune of clarity and direction. So what is being asked of you here, Aquarius, is to trust your intelligence, trust your emotional intelligence, trust your judgment and your wisdom and your experience. Because that's going to be the thing that pulls you forward. That's going to be the thing that, even if you're not, like, sometimes we feel like we're not ready, but like it's almost like saying there's not enough like readiness that you can have because you kind of already have everything you need to move out, right? That's what the Fool is, right? He's striking out on his own. He has this little bag, but in that little bag is everything he needs. And then this little doggy is like his intuition, right? Guiding him. This is also about taking your happiness seriously. Wanting a life of warmth, of love, of connection. And yes, Aquarius, continue to give, right? As much as it continues to nourish you to give. But then also remember that this is your life, this is your journey. Your health, your happiness, your well-being, your success are paramount. Before your family, before your friends, before your spouse, it's about taking care of you. If that water bearer can't make it to the river to scoop up the water, she ain't gonna be making anybody any less thirsty. Right? You can't give to humanity if you yourself are a little wobbly. All right, Aquarius. Website is still in progress, so if you're interested in private reading, that's in the description below on my Etsy page. Also the description of the cards, Instagram. I have a link for my PayPal. If you like this channel and you like to support it, any donations are more than welcome and very much appreciated. What else? Guys, this is a big shift. It's like coming out of a place that maybe you've been in for like way too long. And you maybe know that it's been too long, but like you're still kind of waiting for these signs, almost like now's the time to go, now's the time to act. Now is the time for me to make these moves that I've been waiting on making. And this month is the start of like, I feel like 2019 is going to be fucking dope for Aquarius. Like everything that's happening in the next 2 months, I feel like there's going to be a real change, a real solidifying of self that just brings success and happiness and things coming true and reality, and things coming into reality, right? Coming to being. All right, Aquarius, te quiero mucho. Have a great November. I will be seeing you with more videos soon. And you just take care of yourself, like really, really take care of yourself. And then like fucking just fly away, right? Fucking spread your wings and soar, Aquarius. All right, done being corny. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.